Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Zayna. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we are playing Zill, and as you can see from the title or the thumbnail, this was a pretty hard game. We actually got invaded super hard, and as you can see on the screen here, we have a Kali support. Are you kidding me? This is Conqueror rank, guys. So if you think you're getting trolled down there and it's just you and things will get better, not quite. Things are still pretty rough down here. So as you can see, also, I would like to make a quick disclaimer. The arcana that I use in the beginning of the video are wrong. I use 10 violate now, not 10 conjure. But as you can see here, we jump into the bush trying to get that camp, but actually we don't have our punish up, and also we get knocked up by the Necroth, so we're not even able to secure that. We can't even secure our small camp there because the Richter does a double jump from the camp to me and my support Kali. So we end up losing both of those camps, the small camp and my red buff, and then I have to go over here, but I can see someone's in the bush. It's a Sephra, so I have to jump away to get out of that ice wall. I can also see the Darcy here. He just places his bomb second skill next to the bush. He knew I was in there, and they're just going to be taking this. So I actually ended up losing my entire bot side jungle there. I did not get a single camp from it. The enemy team got all three. I didn't even get partial credit for any of them. So you can see I'm like the same level as my tool in here coming into mid. So I need to do something about this. I need to get level 4 as soon as possible. So I need to be able to going mid lane right now and just trying to leech as much gold as I can, trying to make this a bit easier on me. But as you can see, I'm still not even 4 from a full mid lane and also my entire topside jungle. Tool in here helps me out with the clear. I tell him to retreat because I know he might be a little bit mad that I just leeched his full wave, but also I just got completely destroyed in my jungle. I need that gold so badly. So I tell him to retreat there just so I can get the full XP and gold. We can see that the Tool actually was hit by the Darcy ult, so we're just going to jump on these two, trying to chase him under tower. And I can see the Sephra ults there, so we do get our jump reset from the Darcy stacks. As soon as we basic attack the Darcy, we're going to leave. Now we know that the Sephra does not have her flicker or her ultimate, so that's very good to know. So we're just going to hop over the wall, get our 3 stacks on this jungle camp, make sure we get our jump again, and then again just going to be hopping through camps here. You can see here that we drag the red buff away from the bush because we don't want Richter, just hopping onto us. The Roxy here tries to get a nice ultimate onto the Sephra, but he actually misses. And as I said earlier, guys, we can see that the Sephra flicker ulted us, so she didn't have either to escape that gank, and she actually falls, which is pretty nice. As you can see, we are coming back in this fight from that terrible early game. Our support Kali ends up dying, but we're going to be finishing our bot side jungle. I can see that the Richter was low, and I was thinking about jumping onto that camp because, of course, as everyone knows, the Richter needs the bushes to proc his passive and get like the dash knockup. I can see that everyone here is chasing onto my Elsu, so I'm just going to throw my first skill, and as I can see, they're going to get hit by it. I end up jumping on them too to be able to get my 3 passive stacks. Of course, Zill's passive being when you hit someone 3 times with an ability and you basic attack them after that, you actually refresh your second skill, the wind shift, which is a really far blink. So yeah, after we do that, we're just going to leave here. Again, going back into our jungle, trying to get as much gold as we can right now, making up for that terrible early game. We can see that they're actually doing the dragons. We're going to be running up there. So this was a pretty risky play by them. So we throw our first skill onto it, and then we jump as soon as the dragon uses his AoE CC, we jump in, and we are able to actually ult onto the Necroth and latch onto him, and you can see that we were just chasing him forever. And guys, I'm like stuck here. I guess they forgot about me. Like I don't know where that Zill went, but I can also see here that the Elsu is super low from this Joker, and he actually ults a small camp trying to get my Elsu. I'm able to go and help the Elsu over there, just running over. I kind of suspected that the Joker was going to dive my Elsu since he was that low, and you can see there that we were just able to get a pretty nice kill, or assist rather, because the Elsu did pick up the kill. but still pretty nice that actually we were able to get a top tower. As you can see here, my Elsie was just going to burn down that tower now, just because of that one play that I decided to make where I saw that the Elsie was low HP. I figured the Joker was going to dive, so I just went over and helped him with that. And as you can see, guys, we can see that the Richter is bot trying to fight this Roxy. So as soon as I see him, I'm just going to latch on with my ultimate. I knew he was going to have his immunity up because we saw him use it not too long ago, and there's only a 5-second gap between when you can use them back to back. It used to be 3 seconds, but they increased it as a small nerf to Richter, which I liked. So now he has to wait even longer to use his immunities. So after that, we're just going to be going mid, knowing that our blue side camps are going to be spawning. You can see that the Darcy tries to deal some damage to us while we were rotating, but actually we were not that stupid. We just hopped over the wall to avoid anything there. We punish the blue buff there, but not much happens. We're trying to chase that Joker down, who was chasing my Elsu. If the Joker did ult me, I was just going to spam click my own ult to make sure that when he got close to me to set that bomb off, I would hit him. Guys, you can see here that the Joker was actually trying to rotate, and we got vision from him off the 2 Elsu traps that are laid down. So as soon as I see him, I'm going to jump onto him. I'm going to basic attack him once just to deal even more damage. Then I'm going to use my ultimate and guarantee that we do kill him. We can see that the Darcy here is mid, so I'm going to jump on him, but he actually becomes untargetable. And guys, this Richter does so much damage to us when we actually fall. The misplay there being that I should have just used my first skill. I didn't know where the Richter was. So the best play there, if I did want to stay mid and deal some damage to the Darcy, was to use my first skill, make sure I get 2 stacks off from the 2 sides hitting the Darcy, and after I get 2 stacks, jump onto him with my second skill and basic attack for the 3 stacks. But even then, it would be a bit risky because Darcy's first skill makes him untargetable. So if the Darcy was very good, he could go untargetable when I jump onto him trying to get that basic attack, and I would essentially never get that basic attack, and I would kind of be stuck in the middle of a team fight with no escape, which would be pretty bad. But I don't suspect any low elo Darcys to be doing that, so you guys should be fine. 2-pick zill into Darcy, and also you guys will see that we end up doing some pretty good work versus the Darcy in specific fights. So as soon as we respawn, we're just going to be clearing our top side. We can see there's a pretty there's a lot of camps here. I thought that the Necroth was going to be jumping that way. I thought it was really weird that he jumped into that bush, but it was well played by him because we did end up missing. I should have just waited to see where he dashed, but of course Necroth being so fast, I didn't want to be too slow in my reaction and end up missing him completely. That's fine. All we really went up there for was the wave. So we can see that we have a wave pushing here mid, so I'm in this bush. I can see the Necroth. I can see that my first skill actually hits him. I'm going to jump onto him and just spam click my ult because I need to be really fast to make sure that the Necroth doesn't dash away from me in time to where I can't even use my ult and I'll just be stuck under tower with nothing to do. I can see here that the Richter is trying to gank onto my squishies, so I thought that he was going to dash towards my Elsu there, which is why we missed the first skill, but it's okay. And also the Sephiroth here flicker ults onto the Elsie trying to kill him. They were so hungry for my Elsie there, but fortunately enough, he survived. And guys, you can see that the Darcy uses his untargetable mode, which is that blue state kind of thing. So I knew that he had no defenses against my ultimate after I saw that coming out. So as soon as I saw that, I just jumped onto him, spammed him with my ultimate, hit him with that basic attack, and the basic attack does so much damage when you are comboing it with your passive. So when they have the 3 stacks on them and you hit them with a basic attack, it also deals insane amounts of damage on top of giving you your second skill, blink back, which is just pretty crazy. Really, Zill is a super good assassin in this meta, just not a lot of people use him because he is a difficult hero to master. And also, he's pretty weak before level 4, as you can see with how hard they were trying to invade me. Kali here wants to get the blue, but mine just ran out, so I'm not going to be letting her do that. We don't finish every camp there, we just only clear one small camp, but as you can see, the Necroth there actually dashes fast enough to where we can't even use ultimate on him. I basic attack I jump onto the Richter there, but actually we get Darcy ulted and Nacroth ulted there, so we do not survive. I wasted my second skill there on the Richter trying to get the 3 stacks, but unfortunately he only had 2 stacks, so we never refreshed our second skill, and like I was saying, we basically just got stuck in a team fight with no escape. And I don't think that we actually got our second skill off hitting the Richter. He might have actually died before we were even able to. But yeah, it was just a waste of my second skill, not much to explain. It was a pretty big misplay. So yeah, as we respawn, we're going to be looking for that dragon, of course. I love having the dragon buff just so I can dive in 1v5, not really care about dying and whatnot, and just end the game super fast. So we just jump onto him here, getting our 3 stacks, of course. Punish him when the dragon is lower than 2k HP, and we end up getting it. And we can see that the Joker here actually doesn't move out of the way, so we're not even going to be basic attacking him. And actually, my Elsu there is kind of mad because he didn't get the last hit because Joker used his physical immunity, so of course the Elsu snipe being physical, he did no damage, but our Elsu, he uses his ultimate over a wall aggressively and actually gets the kill onto Nacroth. That was a pretty funny play, well played by him. You can see that we get 2 stacks off on the cannon. We try to get 3 stacks with our second skill, but it died before we were able to refresh it. And we can see that our Roxy is just diving here, so of course we're going to dive too. I just want damage percentage at this point. Really, we know the game's over, so I'm just trying to fight them. I use my basic attack before I jump. I use my basic attack when I jump right after. Sorry. I use my basic attack there right after jumping onto Joker, and it dealt like 50% of his HP. So you guys always want to be using basic attacks on Zill, especially in late game. You know, early game it doesn't really matter to basic attack, but late game you're just going to be dealing so much damage. It's not even funny. Like the Joker there, 60% of his HP was gone from 1 basic attack. I didn't even use my ultimate yet. It was just my dash and basic attack. And that really is the power of Zill. If you can master him, he is such an easy hero to grind the ranks with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guide where I explained his combos and all that stuff. I hope to see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a great day. Peace out.